That's right, brand new, fresh off the market Ben 10 merch in 2024, based on Ultimate Alien of all shows? What a random, unpredictable event. And I'm here for it. I'll be giving away one of them along with a signed doodle of that figure, no purchase necessary, so stick around and see how you can enter for free. But anyway, Ben 10 has clearly been a show dominated by its merchandise. Though since the last version ended in 2021, and there aren't any current iterations of the show, it's rare for new merch to come out concerning the franchise. However, it seems like the higher-ups have been testing the waters for quite some time to see if there's still any interest. We had the Swampfire Funko Pops, which sold out almost immediately. Luckily, I was able to snag myself one, but it took a long time, and so far they're the only Ben 10 Funko Pops in existence. Then we got a few of those Soda Pop figures, which were an odd choice, but hey, anything is still a win for Ben 10 at this point. These figures were all based on the classic series, aside from Alien X, and they look alright. And of course, the official 5-Whale Funko Pop to tie in with the release of the latest episodes. Just kidding, but can you imagine? But with a brand new comic on the way, it feels like we're in a slowly boiling resurgence of Ben 10, and one can only hope this leads to something greater. I gotta admit, Ultimate Alien seemed like the last choice to make new merch for. Classic is arguably the most recognizable and marketable, Omniverse was the finale of the Prime series, and the reboot was the most recent iteration. Even with UAF Ben, Alien 4 seems to be the show you associate the most with this version of the character. So Ultimate Alien being the brand to focus on feels super unorthodox, but it also kind of gives me hope for the future of the franchise. It's the version of the show that was the peak of Ben 10's popularity for the generation that was growing up with the Prime franchise as it was airing, myself included.
It's obvious. Everybody loves to watch Ben 10.
And choosing to make UA toys of all shows feels like an acknowledgement to the fans who have stuck around all this time, instead of exclusively trying to appeal to new ones. In a strange way, it's pretty flattering that they chose to make Ultimate Alien merch. So how could I pass up the opportunity to show my gratitude and support? The moment I saw this announcement, I had to get some quickly. And I'm glad I did because they're currently completely sold out. I'll link down below where to buy some yourself in case they get restocked, but right now, this seems to be it. I managed to grab 5 of them since the purchases are random and you can't pick and choose who to get, and I'm happy to share my first experience with y'all. So enough rambling, let's get to the unboxing. Alright, so we got our first pack right here, first 5. The packaging is pretty neat, you can see it online already, but here's how the print comes out on the material. You see just about everybody, Charmcaster, Agrigor, Vilgax, Max, Julie, Azimuth, and the main trio. On the back we have 2 mystery figures. Now they already revealed online that this was Paradox and this is Ultimate Humongosaur. I don't know if these were supposed to be a surprise or not, but yeah, I mean they already told us in a different location. Not that everybody who shops for these in stores checks online, but I mean you can find out pretty quickly who these ones are. Just based on what I'm feeling, it feels like a small humanoid shape, so I'm guessing this is one of the more human characters. Let's go ahead and take a look. I don't know if there's a specific way you're supposed to open these or not. I'm just gonna slice off the top. Probably would be the best way to do it. Let's see who we got. Charmcaster. So the first one we start off with is Charmcaster. Tiny bit smaller than I would have imagined, but I haven't seen too much of these figurines. It's got a very squishy texture too. These aren't like a solid. You can see I can bend her legs a little bit. Not so much in a posable way, just to show this is made of like a very thick rubbery texture rather than a solid plastic. Though that should help it from losing color or paint and scraping and whatnot. This is probably at least a little more durable. The pattern of her hair stretches down rather than going to like a tapered shape. So she's more of like a flat image brought to life in 3D rather than being fully molded, but she looks pretty solid. I think they did a good job translating the design. They went with the purple eyes. Her eye color does fluctuate between purple and blue in UAF. There's no real way to stand her up. She has a keychain, so it shouldn't be a primary factor to stand her up, but I like her. It doesn't look like they were able to really emulate her popped collar though with the shape of her head. She does have a very large head with not much of a neck area, but they were able to get a fair amount of detail in there. They even got the pink accent on the rims of her gloves, which is kind of tricky for a figurine this small. Gosh, and look at those brows too. Plucked and filled to perfection. But overall, nice job, not bad. I think the Charmcaster figure came out pretty well. Let's see who's next on deck. Also feels kind of humanoid. Feels like there's something on top of it. Maybe this is Gwen. Gotta shove it all the way down to make sure I don't accidentally snip it. This material does look snippable. Like if this was Agrigor, I could accidentally snag off his spike, so be very careful opening these if you're using scissors. And we have, oh, look at this, a surprise reveal. Charmcaster again. I thought there was a little nub right up here. So this does in fact show that you can get doubles. I did buy these all in one night. I hope I didn't just get all Charmcasters. That'd be freaking nuts. But we can at least compare and see if like they all print about the same. Let me get another light down here so you can see them better. Yeah, these are both printed very identically. Sometimes with multiple prints you can get a little disfigurements here and there, but these seem to be very well crafted, very consistent with each other. Excellent job. So Charmcaster seems to have emulated Gwen's cloning spell. Perhaps she was a little salty after their battle at Friedkin University. Let's see if we can break that chain. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie, this feels like Charmcaster. Oh wait, no, there's a little nubble here and here. Who could this be? Unless I'm just feeling the keychain and this is just friggin' Charmcaster again. That would be wild. Let's see who we get. And it's Ben 10. That's awesome. I'm so glad that I got Ben. We have Ben Tennyson himself. Let's get a nice little focus on him a little more. I'm using tape to try to mark where I'm focusing the camera. Now you can see it does look like he has the Ultimatrix, but with his sleeve all the way down, you don't get a lot of the finer detail of it. So you could mistake this for the Alien Force Omnitrix as well, but perhaps that's intentional. You know, you can only get so much detail, but what's surprising is they really do get the detail of the 10 right there too. Look at the size of that compared to my thumb. The detail on these are very well defined, including you can even see his collar right there, the collar of his jacket. The hair shape is pretty on point. The hair shape is very much all of the accurate UAF hair spikes in there. He's got the shoes. So now that I've been impressed by their detail, I will nitpick a little bit. They don't have the little dots on his feet though for his shoes. If they're able to get the 10, they could have gotten the dots in there, but you know, that's a worthy detail sacrifice. But regardless, Ben 10 looks pretty solid. Comparing him next to Charmcaster, it even looks like there's a slight height difference, if I'm not mistaken. I don't want to refocus my camera, but yes, they do account for the height of these characters, it seems. Charmcaster is notably taller than Ben. I feel very lucky to get Ben Tennyson himself of all characters for this. You can see he's got little thumbs and fingers here too. But welcome to the pack, hero of heroes. Who else do we got? Pack number 4. This one feels kind of big. I don't know. I notice I'm starting to feel the keychain part too, so trying to guess the shape by the feel is throwing me off, but it does feel a little humanoid. Feels a little thick in the head. Could be Charmcaster again, playing her tricks on me. Let's see who we got here. Behind the curtains, we have Gwen Tennyson. Oh man, it'd be crazy if I got the main trio here. Of course, in her UA appearance. She has little indents for her eyelashes on here. In fact, Charmcaster has those as well, and if you look, even their lip shapes are different, so they are very diligent in trying to make these characters diverse between each other. The eyebrows are different as well, so they have specific molds for themselves. The ponytail, see, this is how I imagine Charmcaster's hair would have been at her angle. See, here is kind of just like the shape extruded forward a little bit. With Gwen's ponytail, they did a little bit better, trying to make it look pretty three-dimensionally accurate at all angles. Unfortunately, the ponytail is very stuck on there too. That's something that could easily come off in other figurines. These are very high quality, very well made. They got the little indent of her boots there. They even have a trim on her shoes right there, if you see. That's very good attention to detail. It does look like the redness of her shirt bleeds into her sleeves a little bit, but that's a minor thing. They got her collar as well. Gwen's looking pretty solid. I got the Tennyson duo here, the Troublesome 2 over here. That just leaves one of these left, the grand finale. Come on, ends. Oh, huh. That's surprising. I don't think I've seen this alien before. I don't know how I feel about this one. There's not even an Omnitrix symbol. It looks a little different from everything else. There's no keychain on this either. Luckily, I did buy a 6th one just in case, so I'm just gonna go ahead and open that. But yes, now we're at the moment of truth. My final figurine is Gwen Tennyson again. 2 Gwens, 2 Charmcasters. I'm surrounded by a lovely feminine power here. Again, very good symmetry between these models. You can ensure these will be quality no matter which ones you get.
So these things sold out almost immediately. So I'm sure you guys are dying to get your hands on one of them. And what better way to achieve that than getting one completely for free? All you have to do is follow us on Instagram, which is linked down below, and comment on this post with who your favorite Ultimate Alien character is. A winner will be randomly selected in the comments. And to sweeten the deal, Curl will draw you a signed personal doodle of that figure. Just for you! The giveaway ends when we get 20,000 followers on Instagram. However long that takes, you have that much time to enter. Good luck, everyone.
Big thanks to Andrew Analik in the ink cartridge tier, and Elizabeth Susan in the ink barrel tier. Your contributions greatly help the future of our projects, and we appreciate having you as a part of the community.